Are you tired of feeling like there's never enough? Not enough time, not enough money, not enough energy, not enough love, not enough you. Do you ever lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, and feel the weight of lack pressing down on your chest like a silent anchor? Do you wake up to the sound of alarm clocks and obligations, but deep inside, you hear a quieter voice whispering, there has to be more than this. More peace, more flow, more joy, more freedom, more life. This video isn't just about motivation. It's not a feel-good speech to give you temporary hope. No, this is about a revolution, a complete reprogramming of how you see yourself and how you experience reality. Because what if I told you that abundance isn't something you have to chase? It's something you can unlock right now. What if your scarcity doesn't come from the world, but from the story you've been taught to believe about yourself? And what if I told you it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility? And today, that story changes. The invisible chains. What scarcity actually is. Let's talk about scarcity, not just in your wallet, not just in your bank account, not just in your fridge or your gas tank, but in your mind, in your thoughts, in the quiet choices you make when no one's watching. Scarcity is a lens, a cracked one, and it distorts everything. You could have $5,000 in your account and still panic like you're broke. You could be surrounded by people and still feel completely alone. You could have time off and still feel guilty for resting. You could be talented, beautiful, gifted, and still shrink yourself in rooms you were meant to shine in. That's scarcity. It's not just a number. It's a narrative, a script that plays quietly underneath everything you do. And the wild thing, most people don't even know it's there. Scarcity isn't about what you have. It's about what you believe is possible. It shows up like this. You hesitate to spend on something that could help you grow. Because what if I need that money later? You overthink every opportunity. Because what if it doesn't work out? You talk yourself out of asking for more. Because who am I to think I deserve that? You say no to fun, rest, pleasure, because I should be grinding right now. Scarcity whispers, don't risk it. It clings to safety. It idolizes control. It makes fear feel familiar, and anything unfamiliar feel dangerous. Even abundance. Yes, even good things can feel threatening. If you've been wired to only expect less, scarcity shows up in conversations too. You know those phrases we hear all the time? Money doesn't grow on trees. Better safe than sorry. You should be grateful for what you have. Don't get your hopes up. Life's not fair. That's just how the world works. They sound harmless. They sound realistic. But what they really are is programming. They tell you, don't dream too big. Don't trust too much. Don't want too much. Don't be too much. And if you internalize that long enough, you'll build a life that matches it. One where you play small, apologize for your needs, and stay in survival mode, even when you don't have to. Scarcity lives in the nervous system. It's not just mindset, it's biology. When you've been in survival long enough, your body learns to expect stress, to expect loss, to expect struggle. That means even when things do start going well, you might self-sabotage. You might feel anxious for no reason. You might pick fights, push away support, or scroll for hours to numb a feeling you can't name. Not because you're broken, but because your baseline is scarcity. Your comfort zone is lack. Scarcity is sneaky. It doesn't always look like desperation. Sometimes it looks like hustle. Sometimes it looks like perfectionism. Sometimes it looks like overgiving, overworking, overcommitting. You think you're being productive, but really you're trying to prove your worth. You think you're helping others, but really you're afraid to receive. You think you're playing it safe, but really you're scared to expand. Scarcity isn't always loud. Sometimes it wears a smile. Sometimes it hides behind ambition. Sometimes it lives in your to-do list, and it will keep showing up until you choose to see it. Let's make this real. A quick story. Imagine a woman named Maya. Mia grew up hearing her parents argue about money. She learned early that money caused stress, that wanting more was greedy, and that success came with burnout. So she grows up, works hard, gets a good job, but never asks for raises. She never invests in herself. She stays in situations that drain her because at least she has something. She scrolls through social media, seeing people travel, thrive, and build, and tells herself, that's for them, not for me. But one day, she sees someone just like her. Same background, same struggle, who made a shift. And something clicks. She realizes she's been living her whole life in someone else's belief system. And just like that, the chains begin to crack. That woman could be you. If you've ever doubted your worth, felt guilty for wanting more, told yourself to shrink or settle, you are not alone. But you are powerful. You are capable of rewriting the entire narrative. And you don't have to wait until you're ready. You just have to begin. You weren't born thinking small. You didn't come into this world questioning your worth, apologizing for your voice, second-guessing every desire in your heart. That was taught to you. That was conditioned into you. That was downloaded into your mind by people who were living in their own scarcity. But here's the truth. What was programmed can be rewritten. Let's take a deep breath and peel back the layers, because behind every feeling of not enough is a story. Where did your scarcity begin? Was it the way your parents fought about money behind closed doors, thinking you couldn't hear? But you did. Was it the time you asked for something and were told, don't be selfish? Was it watching your mom work 2 jobs and still struggle to smile? Was it hearing your dad say, life's just hard, that's the way it is? Was it the moment you failed once and someone made you feel like that failure defined you? Or maybe it wasn't one moment, maybe it was hundreds. Tiny little seeds planted day after day until a forest of fear grew in your mind, and you called it reality. But let's get honest here. That wasn't your truth. That was a borrowed story, and you don't have to carry it anymore. Your scarcity story isn't your fault, but it is your responsibility. Most of us never question the narrative running our lives. We repeat the same thoughts, the same fears, the same self-talk, until we believe it's just who we are. But what if that anxious voice in your head isn't your intuition? It's your trauma? What if the way you hesitate to receive isn't humility? It's protection. What if the voice saying you can't is just a ghost of your past, not a guide to your future? You are not your old story. You are the author now, and every belief is just a sentence waiting to be rewritten. How language locks you into lack words or spells. Think about that for a second. Every time you say, I can't afford it, I'm not good with money. Things like that don't happen for people like me. It's always something. I'm just trying to get by. You are casting a spell. You are reinforcing a ceiling. You are affirming a limitation. You are signing a contract with scarcity without even realizing it. Now flip it. What if, instead, you said, I'm learning how to afford the life I want. Money is a skill, and I'm getting better every day. Abundance is possible for me too. Everything is always working out for my good. There is always more where that came from. Even if you don't fully believe it yet, you are opening the door to a different reality, because the words you speak shape the world you see. The I can't because beliefs. Let's go deeper. What are your I can't because beliefs? Take a moment. Finish the sentence in your mind. I can't have more money because I can't start that business because I can't travel because I can rest because I can't be happy because. Now ask yourself, is that a fact or a belief? Was that belief chosen or inherited? Was it born from love or fear? If it's a belief, not a truth, then guess what? You can unbelieve it. You can release it. You can say, thank you for trying to protect me, but I don't need you anymore. Because the part of you that clings to those beliefs, that's the part that's still scared, still unsure, still living in yesterday's pain. But today is different. Today you become conscious. Today you put your hands on the pen and choose to tell a new story. Reframing the past. A healing shift, let's be clear. This isn't about blaming your past. It's about understanding it. You didn't know you were breathing in scarcity, like smog in the air, but now you do. Now you see it. And when you see something clearly, you can choose something better. You can say, my parents did their best with what they had, but I choose more. I may have failed before, but I am not my failures. I've been afraid, but fear isn't in charge anymore. This is the radical, sacred work of abundance, taking your pain and turning it into power, taking your story and using it as soil, planting something new, right here, right now. From scarcity to sovereignty, you are not small. You never were. You were just taught to be manageable, predictable, quiet, but no more. You are not here to cope with life. You are here to create it. And that starts with reclaiming your story. So here's a challenge. Choose one belief you're ready to let go of. Write it down, speak it out loud, and say, I release you. I no longer agree with this. Then, replace it. Write your new belief. Speak that out loud, and say, this is my truth now. I walk in this. I live in this. I am this. Because this isn't just mindset work. This is identity work. This is soul work. This is the work that shifts timelines. You get to start over, without starting from scratch. Everything you've been through, every struggle, every doubt, every heartbreak, it wasn't wasted. It shaped you. It taught you. It brought you here. But it doesn't have to define you anymore. You can take the wisdom and leave the wounds. You can take the lessons and let go of the limits. You are allowed to start over, not from nothing, but from experience, from power, from vision, from a place of finally knowing what you don't want, and using that clarity to create exactly what you do. The shift begins here. If the old story was written in fear, the new one begins with faith. If the scarcity mindset was built from wounds, abundance must be built from wisdom. You've already started. You questioned the old narrative. You saw the invisible chains. Now, it's time to rise into something new. Let's lay the blueprint. Let's build your life on a new foundation, not made of fear, but of focused intention. This is where overflow begins. 1. Redirecting your focus from what's missing to what's possible. Your attention is a currency. Whatever you pay it to grows. If you spend it on lack, lack multiplies. If you invest it in possibility, doors begin to open where there were only walls before. This isn't spiritual fluff. It's neuroscience. Your brain has a filter called the reticular activating system. It shows you what you believe is important. So if you constantly say, I can't, I don't have, I wish I could, then your brain filters out everything that contradicts that. But if you shift to, I'm ready to receive, I'm grateful for what I have, I expect miracles, your brain begins to find evidence to match that too. This is the first layer of the blueprint. Conscious attention. Watch your thoughts. Watch your words. Watch your patterns. Then, change the channel. The power of future pacing. Here's a secret. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between something vividly imagined and something experienced. That means, if you repeatedly imagine yourself in lack, you feel stress. But if you imagine yourself in abundance, you start to feel safe. And safety is the foundation of expansion. So what is future pacing? It's the act of mentally rehearsing your desired reality until it feels normal. It's not just dreaming, it's training. Like an athlete visualizing the winning shot. Like a speaker rehearsing their standing ovation. You see it first in the mind, and then you meet it in the mirror. Here's how. Every morning, close your eyes and ask, what would the abundant version of me do today? Visualize it clearly. What are you wearing? How do you walk? What do you say yes to? What do you no longer tolerate? Feel it. Taste it. Move like it's already true. Because the more you do, the more your body starts aligning with that frequency. That's not fantasy. That's alignment. 3. Rewiring. Through repetition and ritual change doesn't come from one big breakthrough. It comes from small, daily shifts, repeated with devotion. Here are a few high-impact habits to build abundance circuitry into your brain. A. Gratitude before you rise. Before you even touch your phone, list 5 things you're grateful for. Not just health or family. Get specific. The way the sunlight hits my window, the smell of coffee brewing, the opportunity to try again today. You're training your brain to find blessings, which opens you up to receive more. B. Speak it into existence. Record an audio message to yourself. A 60-second declaration that begins with, I am living a life of overflow. Talk about your goals as if they already happened. Call it done. Listen to it daily. Your subconscious absorbs repetition like truth. C. Clean up scarcity. Leaks every time you gossip, judge others for what they have, or hoard out of fear. You reinforce lack. Instead, choose generosity. In thought, word, and deed. You can't pour abundance into a cracked container. So patch the leaks, seal your energy, align your habits with the life you want. 4. Build environments that reflect abundance. Your space either inspires expansion or reinforces contraction. Look around you. Is your home a sanctuary or a reflection of chaos? Even small shifts create energetic ripple effects. Declutter one drawer. Hang affirmations where you'll see them. Add one beautiful thing that makes you feel wealthy, even if it's a $3 candle. Abundance isn't just money. It's a frequency. You can feel rich in a tiny room with a strong intention and a sacred space. 5. Use your imagination as a tool, not a trap. Your imagination is a gift, but for many of us, it becomes a weapon. We imagine worst-case scenarios. We anticipate betrayal, failure, embarrassment. We use our creativity to scare ourselves. Flip that. Use your imagination to create safety, overflow, joy. Picture the check coming in the mail. Picture the call that changes your life. Picture the miracle that shows up right on time. It might not happen exactly like that, but you'll be living in the frequency that attracts it. Remember, your life rises or falls to the level of your vision. 6. Create anchors that remind you who you are. On the hard days, and there will be hard days, you need reminders. A journal entry you read when doubt creeps in, a voice note from your higher self, a playlist that stirs your soul, a sticky note on your mirror that simply says, "I am already enough." These are your anchors. They hold you steady when the old story tries to pull you back. Because healing isn't linear, expansion isn't overnight, but with the right tools, it is inevitable. Spoken word reflection. You're already becoming. You're not just watching this video. You're remembering something. You're reactivating a truth that never left you. You were always meant to walk in overflow, not because you earned it, but because you were made for it. Abundance isn't something outside of you. It's the reflection of who you are when you stop pretending to be small. So today, you redirect, you realign, you rebuild. And what comes next will astonish you. From belief to behavior, you can think abundance. You can speak abundance. But until you live abundance, it's still just a dream. This is the part where the vision meets the ground, where energy becomes action, where the shift becomes a system. You're not just manifesting anymore. You're engineering your overflow. Let's get practical. Let's get real. Let's walk into abundance, one step at a time. 1. Gratitude is the gateway drug to abundance. Before the wealth comes, before the big break, before the miracle, comes thank you. Gratitude isn't something you do because it's trendy. It's a vibrational override that takes your nervous system out of fight or flight and into flow. When you train yourself to find what's right, even when everything feels wrong, you build the bridge to more. Daily practice. Start or end your day with a 10-10 list. 10 things you're grateful for. 10 things you're calling in as if they've already arrived. Speak them aloud. Write them by hand. Make it sacred. Gratitude is how you say, "I already trust the abundance is mine." And trust is the foundation for receiving. 2. Declutter to clear scarcity. Energy, your environment reflects your inner state. Clutter isn't just mess. It's stuck energy. Every item you don't love, every drawer you avoid, every inbox you never check, screams, "I'm overwhelmed." And where there's overwhelm, there's no room for overflow. Action steps. Choose one small area to clear each day. A single drawer, one folder on your desktop, your car console. As you release each item, say, "I make space for more." You are literally signaling the universe, "I'm ready to receive." Minimalism isn't about living with nothing. It's about living only with things that remind you of who you are becoming. 3. Conscious spending equals confident receiving. Most people either overspend out of fear or hoard money out of fear. Same emotion, different masks. True abundance is when your money becomes a tool, not a test of your worth. Mindful money ritual. Before every purchase, pause, ask, Does this expand me or shrink me? Track what you spend, not to punish yourself, but to build awareness of your energetic flow. Celebrate every bill you pay with this affirmation. I bless this payment, and I know it returns to me multiplied. Spending isn't loss, it's circulation. When done consciously, it builds trust between you and your finances, and trust attracts more. Fourth act, as if, but be grounded. You've heard the phrase, act as if. But let's get specific. Acting as if doesn't mean pretending you're rich and maxing out your credit cards. It means embodying the energy of someone who already has what you desire. That person is calm, confident, focused, not desperate, not needy, not afraid. They make decisions from faith, not fear. Try this. Dress with intention. Choose clothes that elevate how you feel. Eat with attention. Prepare your food like it's a blessing. Walk through your day asking, what would the abundant version of me choose right now? Would they scroll for hours? Or would they study, move, create, invest? Would they shrink? Or would they shine? The more often you act from that place, the more the outside begins to catch up with the inside. 5. Reframe. Every no has protection or redirection. Let's be real. On this path, you'll still face rejection. You'll hear no. Doors will close. But here's the abundance mindset shift. Every no is either protection or redirection. That job you didn't get might have been a time thief. That person who ghosted could have blocked your peace. That delay is just time rearranging to serve you better. Reframe prompt. Every time something doesn't go your way, say, this or something better is already on its way to me. Abundance doesn't mean you get everything. It means you trust that what's meant for you will never miss you. 6. Tell a new story over and over again. Words build worlds, and your most powerful manifestation tool is your story. What do you say when people ask, how's business? How are you doing financially? What's next for you? Do you downplay? Do you complain? Do you repeat the same struggle script? Or do you speak possibility? Even if your bank account says $12, even if your life looks like chaos, say this: I'm in a season of expansion. I'm learning to receive more. Things are aligning for me in ways I can't fully see yet. The breakthrough is already in motion. And when you speak that enough, you'll start to believe it. When you believe it, you'll act from it. When you act from it, you'll become it. 7. Take the risk. Even when it's small, abundance rewards boldness. You don't have to take giant leaps, but you do have to move. Apply for the opportunity. Post the content. Make the offer. Send the email. Raise your rate. Say yes before you feel ready. Growth doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It grows in messy places. It grows through action. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you break another piece of the scarcity spell. Spoken word. Pause. You're building a life. You don't need to figure it all out today. You just need to take one step. Stack enough of those, and soon you'll be living in a different world. The world you imagined. The one you're creating now. Don't rush it. Don't force it. But don't delay it either. Every decision you make in alignment with abundance is a seed planted in fertile soil. And the harvest is coming. Your new story starts now. Living in overflow. The turning point. There comes a moment. Not when life changes, but when you decide to change. A moment when the old story no longer fits, and the new one won't wait another day. This is that moment. The The scarcity is still whispering, but your soul is starting to shout. And now, you choose. 1. Your challenge. This week, rewrite. Just one belief. You don't need to heal every wound today. You don't need to fix every thought. But you do need to begin. Start small, but start intentionally. Look within and ask yourself, what is one scarcity belief I've been living under that no longer deserves to write my story? Maybe it's, I'll never get ahead. Good things happen for others, not for me. I can't charge that much. I don't have enough time. It's too late for me. Now flip the script. Write a new truth. Something like, overflow is my birthright. I am divinely supported in all things. What I offer is valuable, and I am worthy of wealth. Time bends in my favor. It's never too late to bloom. Say it. Write it. Sing it. Breathe it. Make it your mantra for the week. Let it seep into your bones. 2. Take 1. Bold abundance action. Words rewire the mind, but actions rewire the soul. This week, choose one action that aligns with your new belief. If you believe you're worthy of wealth, raise your rate or ask for what you're worth. If you believe in divine support, finally rest without guilt. If you believe you have something valuable, create it, share it, sell it. If you believe in time abundance, cut something that drains you and trust what matters will remain. This doesn't need to be huge. It just needs to be aligned. Aligned actions build momentum, and momentum creates miracles. 3. Overflow isn't just for you. It's for the world. When you shift from scarcity to abundance, it's not just your bank account that changes. It's your children, your friends, your clients, your community. Overflow spills. You heal your money story, and suddenly your kids don't inherit your financial fear. You reclaim your time, and others learn they don't need to hustle to be worthy. You raise your voice, and someone else dares to speak. Your healing multiplies. This isn't selfish. This is sacred. This is what legacy looks like. Not just passing on wealth, but passing on beliefs that create it. 4. You're already walking in overflow. You might not feel rich yet. You might still be scared. You might still be waiting for the proof. But you've done something powerful today. You've noticed the lie. You've named it. You've challenged it. And now, you're choosing differently. You've started. And that alone is a miracle. Overflow doesn't wait until your life is perfect. It begins the moment you believe you are already enough. Right here, right now. Final spoken word. Segment. The new story begins. This is the new chapter. Not written in fear, but in fire. Not bound by lack, but lit by legacy. You've been living someone else's script, handed down from generations of fear, etched into you by systems that profit off your panic. But now, you're the author, and the ink you write with is made of possibility. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too behind. You are ready. You are aligned. You are already overflowing. Say this with me. I release the story of scarcity. I rise into the reality of abundance. I am worthy of more than enough. I am ready for miracles. I am already walking in overflow. Breathe it in. This isn't a wish. This is a vow. From this moment forward, you live in the truth. That abundance is not out there. It's already inside you. And now, the world's about to catch up.